Between these two teams in the regular season in recent years, the Rockets love to score and maximize possessions. The Celtics, though, have been a great foil.
Yeah, the Celtics are one of the top defensive teams, but this individual matchup that I'm looking forward to the most, Ed, that is Marcus Smart going against the likes of James Harden. And if you don't know what psychological warfare is, just pay attention to how Marcus Smart moves when he's around James Harden. If it's him randomly grabbing James Harden's jersey just to prove that he's engaged in the game and then he's right there in Harden's face. Maybe a random bump in transition while the ref is not paying attention. Or how about something as subtle as this? Just an acting job or full court pressure, the physicality of the game, making James Harden get flustered. If you're looking for an answer on how to stop James Harden, the answer is D, Marcus Smart. All the above, because that's what he brings to the table.
Jay, that gets Brad Stevens off his seat, nodding, saying yes. Irving brings the ball up court to Marcus Morris. Irving.
Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem? All of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
Hey, double screen.
Harden to Paul. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Celtics have it. Irving. Harden with it up top. Lead is 2. Marcus Smart pins it. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Marcus Smart. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Entering the game for the Houston Rockets, number 42,
Tucker.
Nene.
Chance for Paul. Gets a look. Can't hit.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
Harden into the front court. He'll run the offense. Paul to Harden. Here comes the screen. Harden to Paul. Can't connect from in close. The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. To Hayward. 4-3. His first effort off the mark. Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Harden to P.J. Tucker. Celtics have it.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
Rockets come up with it.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Clint Capella. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Irving to Jaylen Brown. Nothing going here on that drive. Irving. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Kyrie Irving trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 87% from the line. Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Tucker to Paul. Has a chance, unbothered by the defense as he drills it. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Well defended. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Chance for Chris Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Gordon with it. Leads 3. Bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Rozier. And that's rebounded by Rivers. Deep 3 at the buzzer. So the Rockets with the lead after 1 at Toyota Center. Jay and I return. Jay 1 quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Irving to Horford. There it is, Al Horford. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
This 11-year veteran has emerged as a uniquely stabilizing force for any team he plays on. He may not ever win a prize for his fiery oratory, but his steady demeanor is part of what makes him invaluable.
Trying to cash in. Gordon shoots, can't connect. Irving into the front court, trailing by 4. To Horford. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
To Paul. Screen coming. Paul. Deep left corner. Here's a chance from long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Harden. Second effort. And a chance coming up at the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First try, no good. Missed the second one as well. To Hayward. To Marcus Morris. Rozier. It's no good. Shots not going down. Paul to Harden. Swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Clint Capella. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field. Celtics have it. Hayward. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Rozier with it. Down 4. Hayward to Marcus Smart. Clint Capella tips it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
From the outside, no good.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Timeout Boston, as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 10, Eric Gordon. Subbing in for the Celtics. Number 11, Kyrie Irving. 2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Irving has a look. Wide open look, won't go. Won't go down. To Irving. Rozier. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Harden. Deep 2 there, won't go. Kyrie across the timeline. Right now, down 7. To Rozier. Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
And a throwdown.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
To Rozier. Baseline drive. Knocked loose. Rockets have the steal. Harden. Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Kyrie Irving. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
So good to see one of Jersey's finest, Kyrie Irving, back on the court and driving with no issues on that knee. He only played 60 games last year, and he missed the entire Celtics postseason run. You can only imagine what this team would have done if he were healthy and they had Gordon Hayward.
Knocked loose. Out of bounds the call off P.J. Tucker. Al Horford going to the line to shoot 2.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Al Horford, couple of free throws on the way. Shoots it at 75% for his career. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That's it. First half has come to an end. The Rockets with the lead.
The Rockets. Back to Ed.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Kyrie with the rock.
Ice.
To Horford. From long range. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Now Paul with the basketball. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. And the finish, slam dunk.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Driving right to the basket. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. A pass taken away by the Rockets.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Paul to Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark.
This team is collectively feeding off their negative energy so far in the second half. Everybody is mad. Everybody is frustrated. Nobody's decided to take the torch and say, hey, look, follow my lead.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
And he missed the free throw. I don't know what the defender was doing there, but count the points.
Marcus, the younger and higher scoring of the Morris twins, really made his mark with his team on the defensive end. When you think about heart and soul, maybe becoming the Draymond Green for the Celtics.
Paul to Harden. To Paul. Goes to the left side. Tucker. Harden buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
To Horford. Kyrie Irving lines it up for two, gets a look, can't hit.
I got ball.
Gets it in the right corner. Harden. And a pass stolen by Boston.
Neck and neck, they couldn't get anything on that possession. Let's see if we can get a bucket in transition.
To Irving. Lets it fly from long range. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Nothing going here on that drive. Harden to Paul. Beyond the arc for three. Now that's a contest.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Irving with the basketball. Our score all even in this third quarter. To Marcus Smart. Has a chance. Off the mark. Well contested. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Harden. Shot from the lane won't go.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a two-point basketball game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Screen coming. seconds to shoot. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
I don't want to use the word streaky, but Jason Tatum tends to score in bunches. Let me tell you how. He's one of the most effective players in the league and most efficient at catching the ball on the move. A lot of players waste time in stationary positions or overindulging in triple threat jabs, but not Jason. He catches the ball directly and goes, which means he's the ideal of smart, decisive basketball.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
The assist from
Brown with it up top. They lead it. 4-point game. And now Houston has the basketball. Nice finish at the rim.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Rozier, shot no good. Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. The 4th quarter coming up with the Rockets in front. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the 4th quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
To P.J. Tucker. Austin Rivers. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Tucker. Deep right corner. Tucker to Rivers. For 3. Defense was ready. Tough shot for Austin Rivers. Rozier into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. Can't connect from in close. Tucker. Trying to cash in. Jumper's good.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. His guys down 3. Shot by Tatum won't go.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Rivers. To P.J. Tucker. And scores. Nice move, Jay.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game.
And this is where I get a chance to see if coaches can change it up. Maybe let one of your players lead the timeout so your team can hear a different voice to keep everybody engaged. Maybe like the Warriors did with Andre Iguodala.
Gordon with it. Up 5. Jaylen Brown sends it away.
He sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Jaylen Brown. Rebound pulled in by Gordon. Gordon with it. He'll run the offense. Has a look. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's a player he thinks he is and we all know he is.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Tucker. To Rivers. finishes at the rim.
One of the best shake and bake players in the league. Austin Rivers, one of the most bona fide scorers in the game right now. Last year, the first time he was a full-time starter playing for his pops, Doc.
Rockets have it. Whoa, what a finish.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston. That's their first. Leaves them with one remaining the rest of the way. Changes coming from both sides right now. Paul. Down low, it's Gordon. Nice pass to get things going.
Eric Gordon finished second in the Sixth Man of the Year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
Short jumper won't fall. Harden with the basketball. It's a 9-point lead to Paul. Going to launch beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Irving. Here comes the screen. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make two bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Irving. Kyrie Irving. Clutch. He's 5 of 8.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Harden in possession. His team on top by 8. Down low, Capella. Al Horford with the block. Rozier with it. Looking to make something happen. Fires the 3, buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
And now an intentional foul, so they'll send him to the line. 2 free throws here means it's a 3-possession game.
Too close to call right now. We're in clock management mode. That was a good play.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Irving. Textbook defense. And they're going to play this one out to its conclusion as we get an intentional foul. That means free throws coming up in what is a 7-point game.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
And hits the first free throw.
That's a mini.
2 for 2 on that. Are victorious as they take care of business at home. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Edwin.